Hi everyone, so today I'm going to film a special tag video. I've wanted to do this for quite a while now, but I haven't gotten around to it until now. But I recently found this tag and I had to do it because I'm such a huge fan of this book. You guys can probably figure out which book I'm going to talk about, knowing by the title I have up there. But I'm going to do the 50 Shades of Grey tag. And no, it's not the reading one where I'm going to be reading excerpts of the book, but it's going to be a tag video that I've seen that's been going around. But before I start, I just want to mention a few things. I'm a huge fan of these books. I have all three of them. I didn't purchase these myself. Sean actually bought them for me because I've heard about the books. Like, I've seen them in my bookstore and stuff, but I haven't gotten around to like actually buying it. But he bought me the whole set of them that came in like that bow thing at Chapters. So I'm really happy I have these books. I've actually read them through twice. So I read each book twice already. And I can't get enough of it, and I'm so excited. And another thing I want to mention, I'm not sure if you guys are following me on my blog, but follow me on my blog down below. There's a follow option on my blog, so if you can click on that, that'd be awesome. I wrote a post about 50 Shades of Grey and my vacation and planning around it. It's convenient because I actually have a friend who's in Seattle, and at the same time I'm going to have my old 50 Shades of Grey themed type of vacation. And I do have a blog post about all the things I'm going to do. Well, most of the things I'm going to do there, except like one thing because not the hotel. But all the places that I'll be visiting will be down below in my blog post. So if you guys can check that out, that'd be awesome because I'm like, oh, such a huge fan of it. And if you do have other friends who are 50 Shades of Grey fans, send them the blog post as well because I think it's a really good blog post. And I'm so proud of it. Okay, so let's go on with the tag. I have it on my computer, so if you see me reading off something, that's what I'm reading. I'm going to look as much in the camera as I can as possible so I don't like look at the screen thing I have on my computer. Okay, so first one is who/what got you started on this trilogy? I first heard about this trilogy through, well, not really about the trilogy, but more about the book through The Current Custom, Lorraine Stanek. I think I was watching one of her favorites videos or like her iPad video or something. And she mentioned that she was reading the book about how, like, it was, like, a sexy type of book. So I'm like, oh, that's the first time I've ever heard it. And then I started reading, when I was working back at my co-op earlier this year. I was reading the Tonight magazine that's circulating in downtown Toronto. Basically, this is what it looks like. But it's basically like a little newspaper that they have that commuters read, like, at night. And in the shout-out section, like in the very back, you kind of see, like, there's a whole bunch of people writing to each other, like, on the GO train or, like, on the GO bus and whatever. Mostly the GO train. And just, like, random topics people talk about. And 50 Shades of Grey kept on popping up. And I'm like, what are people talking about? Like, this is so interesting to me. So basically it's only kind of like the last few pages of the newspaper. So it intrigued me. So I found it at the bookstore. I'm like, oh, this is interesting. So I talked to my friend about it because I just saw it at the time, but I didn't actually purchase it yet. So I'm like, okay, that's cool, whatever. And I mentioned the books to Sean, and he looked into it, and he's like, okay, that's a cool thing. So he wanted me to he wanted to get the books for me, so I got it. 2, did you purchase/borrow hard copies or ebooks? Kind of similar to what I answered before. Sean actually bought me the hard copies of the books, so I have all 3 of them right here. So, sorry. I have all 3 of them. What book/chapter are you on? Or how long did it take you to finish all 3 books? Okay, I finished all 3 books twice already. And it took me around, I want to say like a month and a half to finish all the books because I was in school at the time when I was reading this. So I'd read this like when I would get home at night or like before I go to bed or on my commute. Especially on my commutes, I would read the book because it'd be like a while between like from where I live to downtown Toronto. So I'd mostly read on my commute, so it took me like a month and a half to read the books, but between the first and the second book, I finished it like within like 2 weeks, but the third book took me a while. Number 4, is this your first erotic romance novel? If not, name one you would recommend. No, this is not the first one I this is not my first erotic romance novel. I do prefer reading erotic romance novels or romance novels in general because I'm such a hopeless romantic type of person. And even in high school, I would read romance novels. Like, I would go to the public library and go in the romance section and pick out books that I love. But, yeah, if I were to name one to recommend, I don't have any, like, hardcore erotic novel books ever since, like, 50 Shades, because that was, like, the top, like, wholly erotic that I read. But basically, I would go in the public library and, like, skim through the book, and anything that I would see, like, sex scenes or whatever, I would like, okay, this has a good sex scene, I'll borrow this one. But yeah, I can't really recommend one, but if you do like 50 Shades of Grey and you want more, I do recommend reading Bare to You by Sylvia Day. And basically, people have been comparing this a lot to 50 Shades. It's very similar in a way, but a lot sexier. Like, the sexy scenes are a lot sexier. Like, the girl knows what she wants in this book. And actually, the sequel to this book, this is book 1 of a series of 3. The second book, Reflected in You, is coming out on October 2nd, which is so close to my birthday, which is October 4th. So if you can, grab this. Again, it's Bare to You by Sylvia Day. So if you do like 50 Shades, then grab this book. And this is also, you can find this really close to 50 Shades when you go to your local bookstore. Okay, what's your initial impression of Christian? That's the next question, sorry. What's your initial impression of Christian? Okay. When I first read him, I'm like, what is this dude? Like, he's just so... I felt like he was very controlling and, like, really possessive in a way. Because the way he would act in the book, I'm like, this is not normal. Like, is he, like, a control freak or something? And he was, like, really paranoid. And he would show up in, like, really creepy ways. And, I don't know, I thought it was, like, weird at first. I was like, what is going on? Weird dude. I just did not understand him. 6. What is your favorite Christian phrase? I don't think I really have a favorite Christian phrase. I think I just like the way he acts sometimes. Like, when he tries to act cute with Anna, I think it's just adorable. But I don't think I have a favorite Christian phrase. People have, like, the Later's baby or, like, mine type of thing. But I don't think I have a favorite thing. It's more like what he does I think is cute, I guess. Or my favorite. 7. Do you feel the book really is degrading toward women as many critics have proclaimed? After all, Anna is a consenting adult and is making choices based on her own desires. In my personal opinion, no, because she has the choice to do whatever she wants. If she did not like Christian, she could easily just, like, let him go. But I don't think it's degrading at all because, well, if you look at it in the way that Christian is kind of treating his, like, past submissives and whatever, then I would say it's a little bit, but those girls are signing something that would actually allow him to do those things. So, no, I don't think it's degrading at all. But people, I think, they're saying it's degrading because they're looking at it in a way that would harm themselves. Like, if they were reading it, and if they were, like, a feminist or just, like, angry towards men, yeah, they would think it's degrading. But to me, I think it's just, like, a different type of relationship. Because not all relationships are the same, so I think that it's not degrading, in my opinion, no. 8. If you were Anna, would you stick around with such a control freak like Christian? Yes, I would, because I'm a control freak myself. So I guess we kind of clash in that way, but the thing at the same time, since he is controlling, I can kind of control him in a way, and I don't know, ever since I read the books, I feel like I want a guy like Christian, but not too much, like, not too controlling, because I feel like sometimes in a way he's a little bit out of control, like, especially, like, I think it was in the 3rd book or something, he's just like, calm down, buddy, like, oh my god. 9. There was a wonderful cast of supporting characters in this book. Who is your favorite and why? There's so many characters in this book, but I think my favorite is probably, okay, people would probably think I would choose one of Christian's brother or sister, but I think, Taylor, the bodyguard, is actually a pretty good supporting actor. Like, he's not there all the time, but I think he's always, like, there when you need him. Like, he's always handy in a way, and he doesn't talk much, but he's such a good character. I don't know. he's kind of weird. Like, I kind of like those characters that kind of like on the side and silent, but they're kind of there for you in a way, because they're always there even when you're not even expecting it. Like, he would show up out of nowhere. Like, he's like a ghost or something. But I think Taylor, but if I were to like choose a character that actually talked a lot, would probably be her roommate, Katie, was it? Hold on, sorry. I've read this book so many times, I should know the characters' names by now. Catherine. Wow, I'm so out of it. Catherine Cavagna. Sorry. I would choose Catherine, her roommate, so. I was close. I said Katie. Catherine. But yeah, I think she's a good character. I can't not wait until the movie's out. Yeah. Okay. 10. Why do you think this book is so popular, especially amongst the suburban mom demographic? I think this book is popular because of the sex in it and, like, how different it is compared to any other books that people have read. Like, I've even heard that people who don't really read erotic romances are actually grabbing this book. Like, people who don't read romances will buy this book because of the hype. And I feel like it's popular amongst the mom demographic, maybe because they want something to spice up their sex lives, because usually when people, I don't even know if this fact is true, but usually when people get married and then when they have kids and stuff, their sex life kind of gets boring. So once they pick this up, it gets all exciting. And they want their husbands to do these things to them. So I think it is a way for women to, I guess, spice up their sex lives. It's not just a mom thing. I think it's just a girl type of thing. Like, girls won't admit it, but we like sex as much as guys do. But we don't, like, blatantly, like, go and look for it. We like to get it through different things, but we don't actually tell each other about it. So reading 50 Shades of Grey will tickle our fancy. That's what I think, at least. 11. Would you mind if your significant other knew you were reading this trilogy, or how does he or she feel about it? Okay, so since Sean did get me these books, he doesn't mind me reading it, and I think I haven't gotten to the point where I've annoyed him about it, but I think he's happy that I'm reading about it, because I think, like, I don't want to get into too much detail, but the stuff that they do in the book, I talked to him about it and stuff, he actually thinks it's, like, interesting, so, I don't know, I guess it's a good thing we read these books, but I'm not, like, crazy where I would try to change him to make him be, like, Christian, because that'd just be creepy, but, I do recommend people to read this book if they want some interesting tips in their sex life. I don't know if I'm phrasing it right. I don't know. Okay. 12. At the end of the book, we got to see how things went down from Christian's point of view. Would you buy all 3 books and reread it from his point of view? Yes. Actually, if you look at in the last book, you see, I want to see how many pages there is. There probably like around 20 pages or so of Christian's point of view. But I've actually found the original Master of the Universe PDF online, and I've actually read around like 40 extra pages of his point of view. So what's going to happen in the next books, in his point of view, I've already read some of it, so I'm so excited. Oh my god, I can't believe I actually read it. Like, they don't show every single scene, but they do pick parts of the novel, and they put it in his point of view, and I've read it, and I was like, oh my god, like, so hot, so hot. Oh my god, Christian's so hot. That's all I gotta say. 13. If you could sum up this trilogy in one word or phrase, what would it be? In one word or phrase? I'd probably pick a phrase. I'd be like, I need a Christian. Grey. Yes. 14. Would you recommend this book to your family or friends? If so, how many have you raved about it so far? I've actually recommended this book to a few of my friends, actually 2 of my friends, the one that's in Siena and one that's one of my friends from university, and I've gotten them into reading those books, and they're like, oh my god, I can't believe, they're just shocked by when they read the first book. They're like, oh my gosh, and I'm so happy I've actually recommended to them. And it's so funny because when I was at Georgetown, I graduated recently, a few of the girls I was hanging around with, we were all reading the book at the same time. They're like, oh, so what part are you at? Oh, what book are you on? So it'd be funny because we'd be talking about it, but we can't spoil it too much because we're at different parts of the book, so we couldn't really talk too much, but it would be so funny because we're just like, oh my god, isn't that scene so hot? Oh, this is awesome. Oh, he's so annoying there. Blah, blah, blah. But yeah, it's lots of fun when you have a group of girls reading it because then you can like share your thoughts about it. 15. Which actor do you want to play Christian in the film Portrayal? And which actress do you want to play Anna? Christian? Okay. I want Ian Somerhalder to play it because he has the eyes where it's just like, oh my god, like, do me now eyes. Like, every time I look at Ian Somerhalder, I just see his eyes and I'm just like, oh my god, I just want to, like, do you, type of thing. And for Anna, I want Alexis Bledel to do it because she has, like, such that innocent look in her face. Like, you guys have probably seen trailers. If you're a 50 Shades of Grey fan, you've probably seen, like, the, you know, like, the fake trailers they have online for the movie. But, there is one of, I think it was like Matt Bomer and Alexis Bledel, but I do prefer Ian Somerhalder and Alexis Bledel in my opinion. But yeah, she has an innocent look to her face that I think would go well with the story. But I'm not sure about her being like kind of a little bit controlling and like resistant because I think she's just so innocent, like the way she looks. But I guess I probably haven't seen her in like that type of role before, so it'll be interesting to see. But I cannot wait until the movie is out. Like I think it's gonna probably come out in the next 2 to 3 years, which is kind of sad because I can't wait to watch it. Like I'm reading Bear to You. This is my second time reading Bear to You. I read it the first time, but this is my second time going through it. But I cannot wait until the second and third books come out. The second book comes out in October, which is Reflected in You, and then the last book I think it's Entwined in You, and that will be coming out on December 31st. So Sylvia Day, thank you for tying me over for now. Thank you. But yeah, that is my 50 Shades of Grey tag. I hope I didn't spoil too much of the book. If I have, I'm sorry. But I don't think I spoiled anything. But yeah, if you guys are interested in doing this tag, I'll leave the questions down below and send it as a video response because I'd love to hear your responses. Or just leave it in the comments of what you think of the trilogy. If you don't like the trilogy, I totally understand. It's not for everybody. If you hate the writing, I guess E.L. James is not really an author. She just wrote it as a fan fiction of Twilight, so it's not meant to be like well written, I guess. But Sylvia Day, if you were to compare the writing, I would guess Sylvia Day. She is an author, so the writing is pretty good. And yeah, if you're done 50 Shades of Grey, I do recommend Bear to You if you've not read it yet again. So yeah, let me know what your thoughts on this video is down below, and if you want to do a video response, that'd be awesome. Or just leave all your answers in the comments below, and I would love to read them. And I'll talk to you guys soon. Bye.